What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to another video on the Blacked Out Bandit channel. Today we're going to be doing the 1,000-mile service. Your first service on a motorcycle. From Harley anyway. I'm a little over 1,107. Show you a little bit of what you're going to need. There are a few special tools you're going to need. You're going to need your owner's manual, which is not a special tool. But I bought this kit off of Amazon. Comes with your long funnel, which you can get this stuff at your local Harley dealer also. Comes with this little funnel. Comes with this funnel for your oil filter so you don't get oil everywhere. And it even comes with a nail so you can put a hole in your oil filter and let it drain. Came with a bunch of O-rings for your drain plugs, enough to do a couple services. And it comes with your oil filter wrench, or yeah, socket, whatever you want to call it. Then a couple other things I had to buy. This is a rear wheel socket for your bolt on your rear wheel so you can check the torque. It's got a protective sleeve on here. It don't come apart. I think this was 20 something bucks or something like that. Got it on Amazon also, or eBay, one or the other. Bought this, which is your belt tension gauge for Harleys and other bikes, but for Harleys you have to have a 10-pound gauge. This is a 10-pound gauge. You need a tread depth gauge. This checks the tread depth of your tires. And you're going to need some torque wrenches. I've had these, I didn't have to buy them. Got inch pounds and foot pounds. You're going to need both. Then of course, you know, your star bits and Torx bits and Allen bits and whatever else you might need. And then also a brake fluid tester. Now for Harleys, for the brake fluid and clutch fluid is .4 brake fluid. This tests how much water is in your fluid. Got this on Amazon. They have some that are cheaper, like I think 15 bucks or something, 20 bucks. This one was 45, but I do a lot of automotive stuff too. And this one does .3, .4, and .5.1. Really nice tester. And then of course your oil and filter and blah blah blah. Bought this at my local Harley dealer. It was $5.31. It's got your 3 O-rings for your drain plugs. It's got your primary cover seal. And then I bought 7 quarts of Screaming Eagle synthetic oil and my black filter. For all the stuff I got at the Harley dealer was right at 100 bucks. So if you have all the tools, you can do this oil change or your 1,000-mile service, or 5,000, 10,000, whatever, for 100 bucks. If you're going with conventional oil, you can do it for between 60 and 70 probably. With the few tools I did have to buy, like I said, this, and these funnels and stuff, I think it might have been 100 bucks altogether, just over. But now I have it, I can do it, you know, I can do all my own services. So say I'm in it for 200 bucks for everything I need for this service. Dealership want to charge $325, which if you ain't got the time or the know-how, ain't too bad. It could be worse. I have the know-how and the time and most of the tools. Just had to buy the few extras. So that, and I like doing my stuff myself. That way I know it's done to my standards. And everything, like I said, is in your owner's manual here. Everything you need. Now these I found online. I just Googled harley-davidson service record checklist I put the blacked out Bandit on there and 1,000 mile service myself. I printed out 1,000 mile, 5,000, 10,000, all the way up to like 25,000 mile. That way I already have them. But just gives you, you know, a nice little checklist. You don't have to check everything on here for your 1,000 mile or whatever. It tells you exactly what to check in your owner's manual. I'm using this just to check off the stuff that I need to. And to put down, like on here, it's got your tread depth for your front and rear tires. You know, it's got your what oil you used, synthetic or standard. If you have air suspension, what PSI it was at. You know, stuff like that that you can write down. Adjusting your cables, lube cables, whatever, you know. But as far as everything that you have to do for whatever service you're performing will all be in your owner's manual. I'm doing the break-in maintenance. So in here, it tells you exactly, sorry about that, you know, what oil you're going to use for, you know, and what velocities, temperatures, yada, yada, yada. How to set your motorcycle upright, I mean, everything. And it tells you in here, like when you're doing your engine oil and stuff, you do it with your motorcycle on the side stand or jiffy stand or whatever they call it. I call it a kickstand, but it tells you, you know, checking your oil level, and it spells it out so anybody can do it. And it also tells you, like here, changing your oil and oil filter. Step by step how to do it, and how much oil to put back in it. You can see here, 4 quarts. Now, not every bike is going to be 4 quarts, and even your bike might not be 4 quarts if, you know, that's what it says in the book. But that's a good spot to start. And tells you what to torque the drain plug, 14 to 21 foot-pounds. And it also tells you, like, when you're, what drain plugs to pull, transmission, engine. Do not pull the hex plug. You know, how to put your filter back in, your transmission fill plug and dipstick, and it tells you what to torque this one down, 25 to 75 inch-pounds. So just pay attention whether it's inch-pounds or foot-pounds. That's why I said you needed both torque wrenches. You know, where it should be on your stick. That's what she said. How much fluid, 28 ounces here. You know, and again, what drain plugs, your primary chain case lubricant. You know, it tells you step by step. There, it shows you where you drain it, tells you how to do it, and where to fill it to. This line here with it up on the stand. Again, how many ounces roughly, and that's what this goofy little filter is for. It just plops in there, and then that way you can put your oil in there without making a mess everywhere. Shows you how to put everything back together, what to torque everything down to, what pattern to torque it. You know, just a lot of really good information in here. If you got radiators, which my bike does, we're going to be checking that. You know, check it upright. This is your belt tension tool, how to use it, how to do your belt, you know, everything you need. How much travel should be in your belt, how much, you know, if it's got too much. Like the lifters and stuff, you ain't got to do anything with that with your 1,000 mile service. How to check your clutch fluid, and just anything you need to know is in that book for your services. So that is what we're going to do today. We're going to get this 1,000 mile service done. I do have a stage 1 on there, so I bought a recharge K&N filter kit so I can clean my filter. It's a little dirty. I'll get it cleaned up and all that good stuff, but let me get everything set up and start draining some fluids out of this big pig. Does look good though. Man. Alright, y'all. I'll be right back. Okay. So we're on the right side of the bike here. Air cleaner side. Up underneath here. Let's see if I can get you there. Alright. Oh, come on. Yeah, let me kick a light on. Where's it at? There it is. Okay. Right here on the right side, you have this one that's inset. Leave that one alone. That's your oil right there. And this one back here is your transmission. I can either use a wrench on it or Allen. I'm using the Allen and it is a 1/4 inch size. So let me get this drained. And the oil was full. I checked it there before I drained it. Alright, got the oil draining. Here's the drain plug. Not seeing any metal on there, which is a good thing. Yeah. Maybe a couple little tiny flakes, but nothing too bad at all. I can live with that. Yeah. Yeah, I can live with that. Alright, we'll be back. So we're getting ready to put the drain plug back in. And somewhere on here, right here. Install the drain plug, a new O-ring, which I did put a new O-ring on there. 14 to 21 foot-pounds. My torque wrench is 20, lowest it'll go is 20 foot-pounds. That says 14 to 21. So I got it set on 20. That's what we're going to torque it to. Got just a little drip left. So we'll give it a minute or so. And then we will get this torqued back in and take the filter off. And then fill it up with clean stuff. Alright, we're back. All kinds of delays. Sorry about that. Trying to use my foot-pound torque wrench to torque that bolt, the drain plug. Couldn't fit in there, so I had to use my inch-pound one. I had to convert that to foot-pounds, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, so. Then I come over here to do the filter. Gonna use that little nail they give me to poke a hole in it. Yeah, that wasn't, you can't reach up in there with that. So I had a long, like, extension thing for my little cordless drill and drilled a little hole in it. Still wasn't draining. So I got my 3-mile long extension here and just screwed the filter off. Used the little funnel thing to catch the oil so it didn't make a mess everywhere. And I just got a rag shoved up in there to catch any little bit that falls down. Getting ready to throw the new filter on. Make sure you lube the seal on that filter before you spin it on there. And then we'll top her off with oil and move on to the draining the transmission and filling that up. Alright, so give me just a second to get this filter put back on there and dump some oil down the hole. Okay, we got the filter back on. Remember, don't over tighten your filter. Kind of a pain to get to up in there, but it can be done. That black shiny thing there. And now we're getting ready. There's my other Harley. Right there. There's the black Harley too, huh? You go, girl. Okay. Now we know from looking in the owner's manual that she'll drink 4 quarts of oil. There's that spiffy little funnel. We're going to start dumping 4 quarts of this motor oil down her. And when I get done doing that, we'll come back and we'll drain the transmission. Hold tight. Okay. So we dumped 4 quarts of oil down her throat. Now we are going to drain the transmission. To pull the transmission dipstick here, another Allen head, This one is 3/8. Focus, there you go. That's what you need for that, for your dipstick here. Okay, well, get the drain pan way back up under here. And remember, one for your transmission. Oh, come on. Light, let there be light. Okay, that one there's your oil. That one right there is your transmission. So that's the one we're going to pull now and get drained. So, hold tight. Okay, oil's coming out of that. It looks nice and clean. The plug does have a little bit of buildup on it. I ain't seeing any, come on focus. Ain't seeing any huge chunks, but there is a little bit of fine stuff on there, as you can see. But it should be good, I think. I don't think that's excessive. Brand new bike, you know, gears, everything's got to mesh together. So, let me get this cleaned up and we'll put her back in. Okay, so we got that drain plug back in. Right there. Torque down to the same as the oil, which is 14 to 21 foot-pounds. Now, this takes 28 ounces, which roughly a quart, into that little hole there. Here's your dipstick for your transmission. This will get torqued down to, let's look at the book, 25 to 75 inch-pounds. There you go. So let's get a quart dumped in her and torque that down and move on to the next. Hold tight. Alright, so we dumped a quart down that hole. I just checked it, it is full. Now we're going to torque it down. It says 25 to 75 inch-pounds. I went right in the middle. Set my torque wrench to 50. It's kind of hard to see there, but it's at 50. Now let's maybe I gotta be two-handed for this. Sorry folks, hold on. Just till it snugs up a little and does it on its own. Come on. Okay. So, if you don't know how a torque wrench works, I'll show you real quick. You'll see it break over, kinda. Right there. You hear that little click? That's what it's set at. Ain't a whole lot for that. That's only 50 inch-pounds. You don't want to over tighten it. You can see she's on there. Alright, now just one more hole to do. And for these two, for your oil and your transmission, the bike has to be on the jiffy stand or this kick stand. For the other one, it has to be straight up and down. So I gotta get my jack out. We'll put her on the jack. In case you was wondering or didn't know, all three holes take the same exact stuff. Motorcycle lubricant. The engine oil is this. The transmission is this. The primary cover, or your primary, is this. So, you ain't got to buy a bunch of different things. Makes it kind of nice. Alright, let me get my jack over here, get this thing stood upright, and get this last hole done. Alright, got the bike upright, as you can see. No longer on the stand. Got my little jack up underneath there. What, Harley? What, baby girl? She wants to come say hi. Yes. Okay, watch out. Watch out. Get out of the way. Okay. Let's get this last hole drained. Once I get it drained and I open this cover up here, I'll come back. Alright, we got this one draining, as you can see. This one has quite a bit of stuff on here. Some decent sized shavings and stuff. Now, I don't know if that is good or not. I mean, I know with a new bike, you're going to have some shavings and whatnot, you know, everything breaking in and getting happy. But, man, that's quite a bit. I don't want to touch it yet. I think I want to take a couple pictures of this and get a hold of my dealership just to make sure and see what they recommend I do. So I'll be right back. I want to take a couple pictures of this. Hold tight. Yeah, I'm back. Got that all cleaned off. There was quite a bit on there. Really hard to see, but it's quite a bit. I had to use 2 paper towels, trying not to make too big of a mess and still be able to see what we got here. Let's hit it with a little light and see if it glitters. Yeah, I don't know. You guys let me know. I think it's quite a bit, but I could be wrong. First time I've ever done a service on a bike. A new service anyway, 1,000 mile. Alright, let me get the drain plug back in. We'll get the side cover popped off here and see what it looks like. Alright, so we got that off. Everything looks fine in here. Like, I don't see anything that jumps out at me that doesn't look right. I guess everything's alright. But we will dump some fresh oil in it with this spiffy little funnel thing here. It's supposed to take 30 ounces, just over a quart. Full is, you look right inside this little hole, it's right to the bottom of that plate right there. That's what the book shows me anyway. So, we'll get the oil in here and go from there. Alright, so calls for 30 ounces. I put right about 30 ounces in it. Yeah, there we go. You can see it's right to the bottom of the pressure plate there where it's supposed to be. So it is good to go. I'll get this buttoned back up. When you buy the kit, it comes with a new seal, so I won't be using that one. We'll throw this new one on there. See what these got to be torqued down to. And go from there. Alright. Says here, torque them 84 to 108 in that pattern. So that's what we're going to do. We got our new seal on here. Looking good. Okay, I got the torque wrench set to 100. Let me get this started on here and we'll torque it down. Alright, let's get these torqued. Let's start here, number 1. Makes me nervous doing this with one hand. There it is. Alright, I'm going to do the rest of these off camera so I have 2 hands. Alright, so we got all the fluids changed. Oil filter. Start her up real quick. Get some oil in the filter. Alright, here we go. Fire in the hole. Alright. Everything sounds good. Oil light went off. Not seeing any drips on the floor. That one was there. Don't see any drips on the filter. Everything looks to be good. Sounds good. All the lights work. That's going to do it for this one, guys. Thanks for tuning in. And yeah, till next time, right? Make sure you talk to a buddy, check on a friend, go for a ride, get out there on 2 wheels, enjoy the life. Alright, we'll catch you on the next one.